It's WDWL TV, located on Grumpy Vulture Boulevard, a division of Grumpy Vulture Productions, and live from Studio B, it's me, the grumpy old man. Yes. Oops.
And today, we are coming to you earlier than normal because Grumpy is pissed off. And the last person you want to piss off is the grumpy old man.
Friends, let me tell you. I'm so pissed. Let me compose myself. I knew I shouldn't have done this stream until later. This, one of the best and worst inventions on Earth. Because, one, being the best, we always have a phone at our disposal. Not like back in the day when Grumpy was growing up. You had to wait till you got home. But the reason I say one of the worst is because it's not made to be stitched to your fucking ear. Case in point, what's got me pissed? I needed to run up to the grocery store. Okay? So I pull out and I come to the traffic light. I look behind me because I'm one of these, I constantly, in my mirrors, rear view mirrors, side mirrors, constantly. I see this female in this large SUV behind me, yakking on her cell phone. The light turns green. I take off. She takes off. Still, I got the goddamn fucking phone in her ear. she stays behind me all the way down to the shopping center. Now, we enter a school zone. So I tap the brakes to slow to 20, like the flashing signs say. I look behind me, and she almost ass-ends me. Now, this is a 2-lane, so I can't pull over for her to go around because I don't want her behind me. We're going through the school zone. A guy all of a sudden decides he needs to make a turn. I hit the brakes. I'm looking behind me. Now, I see her because now she's really cramming on the binders. You think she would put the goddamn phone down? Nope. I pull into the shopping center. She's behind me still. I get to the grocery store, gets out of her vehicle, yakking away. She's in the store, shopping, and yakking. She does her grocery shopping, checks out. Now, she was behind me in the checkout line. She checks out, goes to her car, loads her groceries, gets back in, and never once stopped fucking talking. So I waited. She pulls out. I pull out behind her. Now, it's reversed. She's in front of me as I'm heading home. And I could see the phone never left her goddamn ear. All the way. I made my right turn to head to the house, and as I watched her drive away, the phone never left her ear. I do not feel any conversation is that goddamn important that you can't stop and get off the goddamn phone. And this isn't the first time I've seen this. People, give it a rest when you're driving. Put it down. Or pair it with your freaking car radio. Once you set it up, as soon as you get in your car and turn the car on, the phone is, you don't even have to do shit anymore. Is it that damn important. And unfortunately, I could not figure out what the conversation was because she was speaking in Spanish. But I don't believe any conversation is that important that you can't put the damn phone down, especially when you're driving. From the point that she pulled up behind me to the shopping center, into the store, grocery shop, check out, load groceries, get back in, and drive away and head home, never did she get off the phone. And see, the major problem is, police don't bother to enforce the cell phone laws. I have not heard of anyone getting pulled over and cited for being on a cell phone in Cleveland in ages. Of course, I have had a conversation with the district commander because the district is down the street from me. And he says, which I can understand, the whole department is short-handed. They have more important things to do. But I can guarantee someone like her is going to seriously injure someone in an accident because she almost ass-ended me twice. I kept trying to stretch the distance out until we hit the school zone. That was close call number one. And then, another one of my goddamn gripes is people forget what that lever is for on the left side of the steering column. Because when almost getting ass-ended number two was when I had to stop suddenly because this idiot decides, oh, I gotta turn here. Put the phones down, people. Unless it's a life or death situation, you don't need to be on the phone. And if it is a life or death situation, you don't need to be driving. I can guarantee had the distance been closer between her and I when we entered the school zone and I slowed to 20, she would have ass-ended me. And she would have totaled the shitbox. And what would her insurance company given me? A couple $100. Here you go. Have a nice day. I don't understand why people have to constantly be on the phone. She wasn't the only one in the grocery store yakking on the phone. What conversations are that important that you can't wait? If my phone rings while I am driving, I ignore the shit out of it. That's why we have voicemail. And when I get to my destination, I will check. And if your call is that important, I will call you back right then and there. Otherwise, I wait till I get home. Same thing. If my phone rings while I'm in a store, goes to voicemail. Unless it's an emergency. I do check voicemail. I do that much. I let it go to voicemail. Then I check. And if it's call me when you get a chance, I will call you when I get a chance. But I'm not going to talk to you while I'm shopping. I've said it before. When cell phones first came out, I had to have one because I had car phones, not a cell phone car phone. I had car phones when they still had to go through a mobile operator. You had it looked like a regular telephone in the car. You picked it up, and a mobile operator would come on, and you would give her the number to dial for you. But when cell phones came out, Grumpy had to have one. The good old Motorola brick, which I still have to this day. I like to show it to kids. This was the phone we had. I thought I had it on the desk. Yeah, Had a little itty bitty screen on it. You could almost see the numbers. No such thing as texting. It didn't take photos. Nope. It was a phone that weighed as much as a brick. And in early days of cell phones, the reception was horrendous because they were just starting to build towers. And it was hard to get some of these cities to issue a permit because they didn't want these ugly things in their cities. But after a while, they got forced into it. In order to get a signal, if I was driving, I had to have an antenna on the roof of the car with a cable that came in and attached to the antenna fitting on top of the phone. And there were some times I had to carry that antenna with me. Oh yeah, Grumpy looked like a real idiot walking around with an antenna. Yeah, the antenna was probably about 18 inches high. Had a magnetic base, like a CB antenna. I look like a real idiot holding my Motorola brick. Like, you know, in the days with the divining rod. I was divining for a signal. And at the time, I needed the phone for my job. But I learned real quick not to talk on the phone in the car. Unless it was my boss calling. And then I would pull over and hope I still had a signal. So I'm not down on cell phones. I am down on assholes like this female was, that God knows how long she had been on the phone before she pulled up behind me. And had I not did my usual mirror check, I probably would not have noticed her on the phone behind me. And then the warning antennas went up. Try to put some distance. Friends, there is no need to be on a cell phone 24/7. And Another thing that really fries my ass is people in a store with their cell phone on speaker. I don't want to hear the whole conversation. Take it off a speaker. If you're going to yak while you shop, take it off a speaker. And another pet peeve. When it's time to check out, put your call on hold. Be courteous to the cashier. But no. People just talk and talk and talk. If my phone was to ring right now, I would look and then put it on ignore. You know, you can swipe down to answer or swipe up to ignore. I would swipe up because I'm doing something. And then it would go to voicemail. And when I got done, I would check my voicemail. These were not invented to live on. Put it down. Put it down. Especially when you're driving. Your attention needs to be focused on the road and your surroundings, which hers wasn't. I cringed. Oh, man, when I had to stop quick, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it. And I saw the look on her face. Her eyes were like, did she stop talking? No. Ugh. There is one thing that has calmed me down a bit. It's the other headphone amplifier. It arrived today. And this one, this one has Bluetooth. Not Bluetooth. Blue tubes. Look at those. Aren't those sexy? Blue tubes. So, the orange tubes are going into Studio A, and the blue tubes are for Studio B. And I have discovered they make green tubes. Oh, I gotta order some of them. That way I can change off Blue, green, blue, green. Yep. Blue tubes. Not Bluetooth. Blue tubes. Oh, that made me so happy. When I switched it on, I was like, oh my God. Although I'll tell you, these suckers cook harder than the damn orange ones. I can feel the heat radiating off of them. That little tiny box. Those suckers are cooking. And with that, friends, I'm going to try to calm down. But please, do it for Grumpy. Put the phone down. I will chat with you tomorrow. Bye-bye.